I believe in this phrase, man up. I don't see a problem with it. And there came a period, I remember there was, and I talk about it in the book, but there was an advert for Lloyd's Bank. You know these adverts, right? They go, which way is the cultural wind blowing? Oh, yeah, blokes are shit. Man up. So this advert was a string of celebrities basically saying that they hated the phrase man up. And I thought, that's a real shame, because I think, obviously, anything can go to excess, right? If you're manning up means that, I don't know, you don't go to chemo, that's bad. That's too far. Yeah. But I think for the most part, like a phrase like man up is sort of like a call to arms for men, isn't it? It's basically saying, take yourself less seriously, take some responsibility for the situation, fall back a bit. You know, like if you've got like a load of families staying over and there's not enough beds, right? And you're deciding who's going to sleep on the couch, really uncomfortable makeshift bed. Is it going to be granddad? No. Is it going to be the women, middle-aged? No. Is it going to be the kids? No. It's going to be the younger male, you know? And I think that's quite a good thing, to make yourself less important. And I also thought it's a shame because the amount of things that blokes could lay claim to seem to be diminishing, whereas the amount of things that women sort of celebrate about themselves is fairly well established, you know, in terms of... I mean, that song by I'm Every Woman, you know. Yeah. I mean, they're literally claiming to be like fucking oracles, and it's all... I can read your thoughts right now. And nobody really challenges that. So I thought, could we keep manning up? So the book is, in a light-hearted way, I guess, trying to offer up arguments for why things like banter and man flu exist and what kind of function they have.
Oh, and it's such an important and profound point, because if you look at what's going on in our society, where you could argue, particularly certain elements of it demonise men, and then everyone wrings their hands when you get a figure like Andrew Tate emerge and go, why is this? This is terrible. Why is this? Well, you've been trashing men forever, however long. You've been saying they're toxically masculine, they're evil, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, someone who comes along and is going to subvert that is going to get a huge audience.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the argument that progressives might make is they'll often say, well, you've had 2,000 years, lads. And I just think, all right, I can understand that as a man of 46 that I've had certain privileges at times. I can see that. I just don't know if you're a 12-year-old boy, whether that makes as much sense, less so if you're a 7-year-old boy and every single animation you seem to watch seems to involve a strong female lead and a nervous guy who gets there in the end, right? I started to notice that all these films, all these kid films...
I mean, it's nice for me to be represented, I'm going to be honest with you, Geoff.
And I watched the Super Mario film, and I thought Mario's the absolute hero of that, but of course, he can't get over the line without Princess Peach, can he? Just explaining everything that he's doing wrong and her being heroic and him just reluctantly almost falling over the line as a hero figure. So I guess, yes, people like Andrew Tate come into that space, and I think most young males would see the issues with some of what he's saying, but mainly they're just like, well, there's somebody, that is celebrating, you know, masculinity, which is, you know, something they might not see as much, certainly in Western popular culture, but also just on a simple level, you know, not just him, but like the sort of manosphere, as it's called, is that they're saying things that just seem true, I guess. When they start saying women like guys with money, they're like, yeah, you know, that's reasonable. You know, women like tall guys, women like athletic guys. And yet, you know, there's the kind of thing that if you were on a discussion panel show on Radio 4, you'd have to caveat.
Is it right? Yeah.
You'd have to go, look, it could be said that in certain scenarios, and I'm by no means all, and you have to do all these weird fucking small print terms and condition things. And you go, yeah, but in wider Britain, a lot of these things aren't contentious.